Check. See if it worked on the first one. Check.
Yes, sir.
Did you get the link though?
Nah, I ain't get nothing yet, man.
I thought he got the link, man. Fake it. Go on vacay, you know what I mean? Fake work, vacay, you know, should come back working regular, but nope. All right, second one going through.
I see somebody joined from one of the platforms. Welcome.
I think that might be me. Hold
Oh, that's you? Oh, all right.
Get the invite?
Nah, I'll see you. I see. Let me see if I just join and I can
Cancel.
add myself from there.
Shit will never work on the first trip.
It's crazy because it said you joined.
Yeah, I joined there, but I requested to join the live, but for some reason it doesn't let me join. It says request sent. Do you see a request?
Mm-mm.
You wouldn't see it. All right, start it over, bro. You want to get in the shower singing to himself?
You're not getting that. Yeah, he be out there at the top of his lungs often. I'm gonna come out the IG and come back in though.
All right. Lennox gonna get mad vocal creds, man. This shit ever pop. He's like, you hear that person screaming in the background? That's me, baby.
Bless it.
So it says two people are on one of the platforms.
We apologize in advance, then, if you see these technical difficulties. We're just trying to get it working on the other side.
Yes. Put something in the chat though. Let us know who you are.
See where all the specifics are specifically. All right, back in on the live. Fourth time's a charm.
I was on both Oh, see, Tanya, you special, man. Tanya said, "Let me join from YouTube." Huh?
Make an invite?
Nah.
Oh, this is nuts.
Like, I'm Shay's right here next to me, bro. Like, you can try sending it again.
That's crazy.
I sent the request to join again.
Geez, no go, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. This is weird. It's not even cancel. Invite. It says you're unable to join.
I just clicked on the invite. Oh, we got action.
So you have to press the button that says go live.
So you don't see me there?
I don't see you on my side. You see me on your side?
Yep.
Fuck it. All right, I'm not pressing nothing.
Then
I ain't doing nothing.
there you go.
I don't see you still, but
Yeah.
if you see me, we'll make it
Yeah.
work. All right, Tanya, appreciate the heads up. Both are here now.
Yeah.
I'll see you down there, so I'm gonna trust you. But there you go, bro. How you been, man? I've missed your face, man. Pause.
Definitely, man. It's just a lot going on, man. It's been a busy couple weeks, man. Just running around with these conferences, man, and getting a
Talk,
lot done, man. The shit never stops.
man. It's a train with no brakes. You know how it go. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
just trying your best to slow down on the turns, man. But
yeah.
what's good though? I know you said you're doing some work conferences. You had a couple stops though, no?
Yeah, man. So last week I was in Nashville and that was a it was interesting because it was Halloween, so you thought it would have been a little bit more busy, but it was actually pretty quiet.
Stop, man.
What's up, Ed? Especially for being around Halloween, and then it was cold as hell. So you can imagine we out there, we in Nashville, Halloween, but it's mostly country music out there. So it was new for me. Usually for me, Halloween, dressing up, I'm around, the type of music I'm into. So
Mm,
being in a bar in Halloween for country music, you get to see the other side
how'd that
and
go?
they had fun. They were in there having a ball. For me, it was really just like, I was probably 5 hours removed from when I landed, so I was pretty much ready to go to bed after a certain while. So I wrapped it up early, but I did get to check out Jeff Ruby's steakhouse out there. Yo, that shit was off the chain when I tell you that I had the filet mignon with the cheese grits.
Mm,
I left the post last week, man. Like I've never been a big fan of grits, but
no,
whatever way they was chefing that shit up in the restaurant, they
they
hit
whipped,
that like
they
that
whipped
shit.
that shit. They got a grandma in the back whipping it.
Yeah, man, that shit was off the chain. So that was good. And then they had this like 3-layer carrot cake. Now this shit is pretty big, you know what I'm saying? But I went to work on that bad boy, so it was good. And then I got an old fashioned, and they do the smoky version out there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that shit
A
was good.
little rustic on the cup. That's what's up. That's
Yeah,
what's
yeah.
Yeah, Tennessee,
So that
Tennessee. But Halloween out there. Was you pack? Was you? Did you pack for the cold? Did you have a coat with you?
I had a coat, luckily. You know what I'm saying? I had a coat, luckily, but I wasn't expecting it to be
Okay.
like, I wasn't expecting it to be like 40, 50 degrees. You know what I mean? So that whole shit was just like, it caught everybody off guard because that first night, well, actually, the second night we were there, the conference we were there for, they had a network event on a rooftop. Now,
Mm-hmm.
mind you, as you get higher on any of these buildings, it's a lot colder. And then it's getting late into the evening and there was a freeze warning. So you seeing people running around like the ball was off the chain. Everybody was trying to drink their cold away. But after a while, man, it wasn't working out. But nobody
Damn.
knew. Like nobody knew it. Because literally the day we were all leaving from the conference, it went
Mm-hmm.
up to like 70. So it was just one of those. Yeah, yeah, it was one of those timing issues, man. But other than that, Tennessee was Tennessee, man. It was cool.
But you'll definitely go back though when the weather's nicer.
Um, if I was going there like with my wife, you know what I mean, or with a group of people that probably never been there, yeah, because it's a lot of country music, bro. Like I can do country music probably for like 1 or 2 hours. But if you're
This
telling me
cat,
every day, if you're telling me every day I come out, I gotta listen to country music, I can't
you
do it.
got a
I
you got
can't
about
do it, man.
120, 150-minute cat. That's respectable. That's respectable. Like
Yeah.
that's beyond toleration. It's like I gotta either commit to it now or I run out. All right, I respect it.
You
I
know what I
respect
mean?
it.
But
Natural.
if I was like, so the last time I was out there last year, they did like the line dance tutorial. That was cool because it was interactive. You know, I do have good choreography, so it was cool to be out there with my little hat on. You know, doing the line dance with the people. It was all right, but to actually just sit at a bar and just listen to country music all night, nah, I can't do
Yeah,
it.
that was beyond you. I feel you. I feel
Yeah,
you.
man.
A lot of other
Yeah,
music out. Country's not the only stuff out. All
yeah.
right, all right. But
So
that
then
was your
this
first
week, yeah, yeah.
time. What else you have to go after that?
Yeah, so this week I was in Denver, and let me
Mm.
tell you, brother, as soon as I got off the plane, that altitude punched me in the chest. Like that altitude punch.
Yeah, it don't work. It hits the same when you're in shape too. Like if you got lungs, like you might got some lungs on you.
I mean, so remember with me, I have asthma. So I can have the best lungs in the world,
Nah,
but you know what I mean? My lungs ain't on my side. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
nah.
So when I got off the plane, bro, like I'm just walking with my bags and I start huffing and puffing. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? And
Man,
then
you look good.
I had the nerve to now say, let's get on the treadmill. That shit was death. You know what I mean? Like that shit was fucking death. So
Oh
now,
no.
but now you know that there's people in the gym, right? There's people behind me. They working out. They doing really well. I'm there just trying not to die. So I had to like hold it in at least to get to 2 miles. I left the I left the treadmill. I go in the bathroom and I'm dying inside. I'm just like, this ain't right. This can't
Two,
be life. It was
uh,
crazy.
2 miles is a feat for faking the funk. I would have given him point
Mm.
4 miles strong and said, nah. That's all y'all getting out of me, man. My chest
Nah,
ain't working.
absolutely.
Oh shit.
Absolutely. But other than that, the presentations and everything were really good. There was this guy Josh Linkner, who he's a best-selling author. He's a venture capitalist guy. He's actually behind the funding behind the guys who discovered StockX. So that was cool to learn.
Ah, that's
Yeah,
what's up.
and he told the story of how StockX was actually a rebrand from another app that they were working on that wasn't successful. So,
Mm,
and then for anybody who joined us, if you don't know what StockX is, it is a reseller app. It started with just sneakers, and now you can pretty much sell anything on there.
it's the
So,
Amazon streetwear, pretty much.
right, right. So it was really cool to hear him talk about that. And then the last night, man, there's this band called Soul X, Soulx. You can go follow them on Facebook or Instagram. They
Mm,
rocked the house. They were playing all our favorite hits. It was really, really cool. So it was really cool.
mm-mm. Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Controversy behind StockX.
Yeah,
Um,
I know sometimes you might get a fake shoe every so often, but I mean,
right.
but yeah, that's part of the game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Gotta be careful.
Hmm. Yeah, anytime you put that 100% guaranteed authentic on anything, you better have
Something
good
always slipping through the
insurance.
cracks. Something always slipping through the cracks.
Yeah,
And
man.
even if it is authentic, FedEx might get you at the last. So, you know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
last straw. Oh man. There you go.
Hmm.
What else is there? But yeah. Oh, as you know, past weekend, man, girls basketball season is officially here. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
happy about that. You know what I mean? My oldest, you know what I mean? She's in the seventh grade now. She's getting it done. Now, let's just want to let you know, man. Last year wasn't a good year. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was learning. The team was gelling. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't get much. We didn't get any wins last year, right? You know what I'm saying? So you know what I mean? We was out there though every week, supporting. That's what we do. This year though, had 2 games this past week and won both of them, undefeated, top of the bracket right now, man high. You know what I'm
Nice.
saying? And she's like, Dad, this is what it feels like to win. I'm like, This is what it feels like to win, baby. You know what I'm saying? It was a good weekend. And then same with Kennedy. Now with her, it was different last year in the Biddy League for the kids. They don't count the points. You know what I'm saying? It's really more so them really just adapting to what the sport of basketball is. Staying in the lines, learning what a free throw is. You know what I mean? So technically, there was no real winners or losers last year. So she was able to get her first actual wins this year as well. She's like, oh, we actually have more points than them, and I can see it on the thing. I'm like, yeah, y'all won. She's like, okay, pepperoni pizzas tonight. I'm like, pepperoni pizza tonight. You know what I mean? But yeah, they're back in it, full swing of things. It's gonna be a long season, man. Can't wait. It's gonna be a long season, though.
Yeah, that's good for them, man. It's a good morale booster, and it just shows, they're starting to look at the game a little differently. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, yeah, just sustain that and just keep building, man. Can't wait to see it.
That's it. 1 weekend at a time.
Mm-hmm.
1 weekend at a time.
Yeah.
Keeping it basketball though, man. The LSU, man, women's college champions. Yeah, they seen the game. They showed up when they had to in March. Got the job done. And, you might take a photo here and there throughout the summer. You might have caught them. But on the season opener the other day, they took it out of Colorado. Very unexpected. No one thought the national champs on the first game back would have this kind of lackluster performance on the way back. I don't know if the other teams had a bit more dog in them this day. You know what I mean? But is it too early to push the panic button over there? Is it too early?
Yeah, it's way too early. I think we have to look at last season and see if Colorado was good last year. Like I always, first disclaimer, if I don't follow a team, then I can't speak on what they were, and they probably were really good. They just had a bad ranking. But listen, LSU just got to tighten up, man. A lot of celebrating, a lot of eyes on them, a lot of NIL deals. But the game is what's important, and I think they'll be fine.
Okay, I was nervous, you know what I mean? Because there was a lot of outside picks this summer. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, if they're outside, that means they're not inside the gym. I'm not counting nobody's work ethic. I know every athlete in this world, it's on the platform and pedestal, works extremely hard to get to that level. But we don't see a lot of the stars a lot outside. You know what I'm saying, in the off season. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully, like you said, first game of the season, they'll bounce back. They'll get it done.
Yeah, absolutely. Moving through the sports corner, man, the Vegas Raiders made a little history after making some very, very big moves on their team. I know you're going to get into the details, but for the most part, the highlight was the Vegas Raiders are the only NFL team to currently have a black president, Sandra Douglas, who we talked about last year, Sandra Douglas Morgan, black coach Antonio Pierce, and black general manager Champ Kelly. So talk to me, brother. I know you're a big football fan. What does this mean for you?
Listen, man, the Raiders in the early part of the season, it just wasn't really good. You know what I'm saying? You see Devontae Adams, he was going through his trials and tribulations, just not getting the touches that he thought he'd be getting. But, lo and behold, big team meeting at one point. The owner's there, Mark Davis. A lot of changes to be made, and they do it immediately. The head coach goes, the GM goes. They put Antonio Pierce, who was an old New York Giant linebacker fame and Hall of Fame. I think he's up in the ring already, if not. But they made him the interim head coach. And like he was just stating before, they made Champ Kelly the other GM, from assistant to the main guy. Now, hey, Giants fan here, unfortunately, we got blown out 36 by these dudes. They came through. They wasn't really playing many games with us. You know what I'm saying? They had a new attitude. The swag was different. You know what I'm saying? The black and silver looked a little different this Sunday. You know what I mean? But even to add to boot, we lost Danny Jones, man. He had an LCL. He's done. He's gone for the season. Now with the Giants at 2-7, man, we're next season is starting a lot sooner than we thought it would. You know what I'm saying? There might be time. Like Saquon still didn't get that money, and now everybody's looking around like, well, good thing you didn't get that money. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because he's not performing at a capacity they thought they would. But are you a Giants fan? If you had to take Giants Jets, are you on the Giants side of the fence?
Always. I'm always on the Giants side of the fence.
Man, what are we doing, man? What are we gonna do? Man, do we just cry the rest of the season out? Do we just see if Caleb from USC really wants us? You know what I mean? What should we do?
I don't know, because they had a chance to do something about this when they drafted Daniel Jones and they didn't. I think the ownership for the New York Giants needs to be restructured, or they need to empower whoever is running the show over there to make some serious moves, take some risks. Until they do that, man, it's looking like the Jets might be the next. You know what I mean? This is kind of looking like that era when the Clippers started to do better than the Lakers. We're
Mm,
getting close to that because the Jets are right there. As soon as, and it looks like Aaron Rodgers' timetable moved up. As soon as he gets back on the field, man, they're going to be a threat.
yeah, if Aaron finds a way to beat the medical gods and return this season on some way, shape, or form, man, that boy got it. That boy got it for real. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what medicine he's on, but he's gonna be the one for some time to come.
Right.
Um, yesterday was election day, my man. Did you get a chance to step out and vote?
I was in Denver. You know what I mean? So
Oh, that
no
was
voting
smooth.
for this guy.
That was smooth. That was smooth.
But I mean, we know that the real big one is next year.
Yeah.
But this was still very important, for I believe trying to sway the House in certain states. So I heard the Democrats did really good.
Mhm.
But we'll see what happens next year when the big election comes up.
Yeah. I usually show up for the big ones. Pause. This one I think just phrased it as a general election. It was a couple of I think all the city council seats were available, and they did something for the DA out in Bronx and Queens and Staten Island. But yeah, I don't really. I know you should. You should. Every vote counts. Every vote matters. I suggest if you are registered, please go do so in your local township. But I didn't get a chance to do it. That's not gonna lie to you. But hey, like you said, I'm here for the primaries, the big stuff. You know what I mean? the real game changers. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens next
Yeah.
year. But yeah, go vote, man. If you didn't do it.
They were actually talking about that because they feel like, and this was the quote in the article. This isn't me talking. They feel like lower income voters come out for the general elections in a higher volume than for the primary, the presidential elections. That's where the higher income slash Republicans come
Mhm.
out and do more voting. So now that could be bullshit. It could not be the case. And next year, everybody that does, have is registered to vote goes out and vote. And to your point, that's why it's so important. Voter registration. If you're a part of an organization that's really trying to get the word out there, or you're a part of a community organization, be a part of getting the word out there because, to Kenny's point, a lot of this stuff starts with who we put in office, aldermen's, whatever the case may be. I'm not going to act like I know all of their positions, but when we see some fucked up shit happen in our neighborhoods, in our counties, wherever you live, a lot of that is because whoever is in that position to make the decisions, you probably should have did your part in voting so that they didn't get in there. So just
Facts.
putting that out there.
Very true. Very true. Gotta go vote,
Yeah.
man. Gotta go vote.
Yeah.
What's this?
So,
Amazon getting us some more money.
so so Amazon purchased One Medical earlier this year. One Medical is pretty much a really high volume based primary based company, primary care based company. So Amazon has been trying to get into the healthcare space for a couple of years now. They've been strategically looking at where they would like to get involved. At first, they were looking at pharmacy, but now they saw this company, and it's a way for them to just get a taste of the simplest form of healthcare, which is primary care, right? Everybody has a primary care physician. If you don't, you probably should get one, guys, because health is very important.
Please.
Um, yes, and I totally get it. Socioeconomic issues, there are ways to still see your primary care physician, but in doing this now, they are linking the Amazon Prime membership to how you can access healthcare. So if you add an additional $9 to your Amazon Prime account, you can now access this 24/7 virtual visits, same day or next day appointments. That one medical does have more than 200 brick and mortar clinics. So it's an interesting way that they're expanding on what they do as a tech company into the healthcare space.
Hmm. What if that $9 covers the whole family like my Prime currently does?
Hey, listen,
If I can split 9/5, we might have a deal. Like, you know what I mean? But that's what's up. That's what's up, Amazon, man. They're gonna keep finding ways to make a new app in your phone. For
yeah.
real, for real.
Yeah. So, but that's really I think that just came out like today. Um, and so there's of course going to be outliers to it, right? If you do decide to sign up, read the fine print, make sure it makes sense, make
Mhm.
sure that your however the insurance coverage is going to work with this thing. Just make
Gotcha,
sure it makes sense for you and yours. That's it.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, on to the I guess the main of today, and it was Jeezy week, man. Don't know if you had a chance to hear the album, but if you didn't, Mister, I might forgive, but I don't forget. Listen, it was 29 tracks. I'm gonna just let you know if you didn't get a chance to hear this album, it's a really good one. It really is,
Mhm.
but it's a lot of music, and Jeezy put his heart out on this one. CC, um, did you get to hear the album? Let me start there.
Nah.
No. Oh my god, I'm killing me.
Mm-mm.
All right. Use all them flights,
Out of all
flights,
the
bro.
shows you ain't watch, out of all the shows you ain't watch, you're gonna talk to me about 29 tracks. Mm-mm.
All right. Well played, Mister Senior Lee this afternoon. But it's a really good album. Justice League did the back half of it. I enjoyed that part of it a bit more than the first half. The first half seemed be a bit more um, experimental, Jeezy, so to speak. You know what I mean? But it wasn't bad. It was a good, way for him to kind of peel back the layers before he got into the better half of the album, to me personally. But outside of that album, he had a brand new way of a rollout, whereas one I've never seen to this capacity. He was able to have a sit down with the one and only Miss Nia Long, which he coined within the actual interview or conversation more so, America's Sweetheart. When he said that real quick, I was like, you know what? Nia Long on the low kind of is America's Sweetheart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've never heard the phrase or the sentence put together, but as soon as he said it, I was like, yeah, he nailed that one. Good going, Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, Nia Long, she just, she's perfection on mad different levels. You know what I mean? Shouts to her. But throughout this conversation, Jeezy starts to peel back a bit more as far as the person who he was that got him to where he was today. Where he digs into the certain traumas he had as a child. I really don't want to ruin it for people, but I'm gonna step all on lines that he did. But did you get a chance to see it? Did you like it? What was your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I saw it. I liked it. And I don't think we're gonna ruin it for people because everything that we're gonna say here is more paraphrasing than actually
Okay.
giving away. I don't think there's anything you could take away from the discussion that they had because once you
Mm-hmm.
all sit down and actually listen to it, it's gonna take you to a whole different level than what we can talk about here, right? But what we are gonna do here is pretty much bring it into the conversation as to some of the points that they hit that we feel were very crucial. So, to the first part that you said, Kenny, about the trauma as a kid, um,
Yeah.
as you look back as a kid and in hearing Jeezy's story, it does make you think about how you had a relationship with your parents, with your uncles, aunts, your family members,
Mm-hmm.
how that impacted who you are today,
Mm-hmm.
and the way he was so vulnerable in speaking about that to me was very enlightening, and I really think that more people should do that.
I mean, big facts. I think the biggest draw to me was that this was young Jeezy. Like, for those that don't know who this man was or who he was as far as when he first came out, like, it was a time in high school when if you was wearing a shirt, it was crazy because you know you was about to get suspended for 3 days. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, he came from just the era of a good portion of rap where it wasn't too many rappers. They all spoke that, the street stuff and, your favorite trapper lines. But a lot, some people you believe more than others. And Jeezy was on more of a believable scale. You know what I'm saying? So to see him transition into the man he is today, to see how he's grown as a person as far as mentality, and even through all the pain he's gone through, with just seeming everyone happening to wrong him throughout his journey to get there, it was a cool way to see young Jeezy, because it's cool he dropped the young. He's just Jeezy now. Jay Jenkins for the real adults. You know what I'm saying? But I liked that a lot. It was a real cool conversation. Another driving force that he kept bringing on, or touching on throughout the conversation, was integrity, though. And as he said it, I kind of reflected on myself on that aspect. Like, I do try my best to be that kind of integral person on all aspects, because without it, you kind of got nothing to stand on. You know what I'm saying? But he just kind of dived in and out of his different, paths of being a man, and where integrity always got him through to the light side of that tunnel. You know what I mean? My question for you is: was there ever a point in your life where you had to put your integrity in front of a situation where it could have affected you on a corporate level, as far as you couldn't stand for something, but if you stood for something publicly, it might could have harmed you financially at that job or something like that.
Yeah, I think every black person has had that moment in corporate
Mm-hmm.
when you're in the room with leadership and they just sound so off on a subject.
Mm-hmm.
And you can easily voice your opinion, but the minute those words come out your mouth, there's probably going to be some emails running around. There's probably going to be some chatter around the coffee machine about, yo, you heard what such and such said. And I really
Mm-hmm.
feel like at some point, as people, we do have to stand on what we believe. And as you all listen to the conversation Jay Jeezy Jenkins had with Nia Long, you'll see where he walks you through, to Tanya's point in the chat, from being the snowman to now being Jay Jeezy Jenkins. And it just shows you that there is a process of healing and growth, and we all find our own ways to go through it. It's never one size fits all. And I think finding that confidence in believing in what you stand on, whatever field that you're in, is a process. It's a comfort with being okay in the skin you're in, not having to code switch, not having to go through too much of imposter syndrome. And if you want to hear when we talked about that, you can go to our profile page after this. We had a great conversation with the Kingdom Bros about
Mm-hmm.
that. And we all go through that. Well, I won't speak for everybody. I go through that, where there are times where I feel like, am I really who I think I am? Am I really having the impact that I think I'm having? And it is a struggle when you start to become I want to say, such an elite figure in what it is that you do.
Right. When your life's on the forefront like that, it's hard to kind of go through pain with the high beams on you. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of revert into a shell. They kind of keep to themselves, and he did that a lot. You know what I mean? But
Mhm.
I am curious to know, like, if he ever would have been that vulnerable if it wasn't Nia Long on the other side of that table. And there was no table there, but as far as another speaking point to bounce ideas off of, I think Nia being there gave him a strength that I don't think he kind of would have had before to do so in front of camera. That's why I think the kind of connection on that level, or that vantage point through that lens was like pinpoint. Like, I mean, from the
Yeah.
decor to the outfits, I was appreciating all the ambiance around. Just seeing Jeezy as a grown up and Nia Long just being an American sweetheart, having a dope conversation. I truly hope one of them take that lead and do more of this, whether it be a show or a podcast, because the entertainers do it, they already have the following. But they both seem very well versed in that I guess that mood. You know what I mean? Super dope to see them together doing that. And I ain't gonna hold you. Jeezy, sidebar, he was getting some Riz shots in. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a ball on the album where he said, he might get at Nia Long if she ever is in front of him. I didn't know it was gonna be an interview dropping next week when I heard the track though. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that'd be dope if Jeezy, him and Nia was able to do something in the future. It looked like they had good chemistry.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's a testament to Nia. That is a big testament to Nia Long. And um, that's a perfect example of what I think we all should do. We all should seek out someone that we feel comfortable enough with to voice how we really feel, someone that we know will be a good sounding board. Because and he kind of talks about this, but I think every black man talks about this. There's not too many women that we can open up to that are not going to judge us,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not speaking for all men. I'm just speaking from my experience. Not a lot of women want to hear about men's weakness. So
Mm-hmm.
when you do find a woman that is willing to sit there and let you be vulnerable and hear you out, and then try to even give you sound advice that can possibly help you, that's elite. That's elite. And to me, that's why I do strongly believe that there is instances where men and women can be friends, especially in those cases, because sometimes you do need to hear that woman's perspective.
Yeah, and it's needed. Like for what he was able to bring through on that camera, like, it's obviously needed, at least in his life at a minimum. But
Yeah.
I'm happy they did it, man. Question: what did you think about the phrase Nia said to Jeezy when she said all the things?
Yeah. So there is a portion in this conversation where she tells Jeezy, "You are all the things," right? And you still trust me, this is not a spoiler. You still have to hear what she means by
Context,
that. But when I hear something like that, I mean, the first thing I want is clarification. You know, what are all the things that you're
yeah.
talking about,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
But I love the context of it because it was a reference to his transition from the snowman to who he is now, as we've been talking
Mhm.
about this whole time. And when you've been all the things, you've been that young, hormone enraged wild kid to, being out there trying to be the hood superstar or hood celebrity, or whether you were just trying to be the class clown, whatever it is that you were trying to be, transitioning from that to potentially maybe starting to become a entrepreneur or being a corporate or going into architecture. You see yourself going through the, now you're a family man, you're married, you got kids, you're starting to plan
Yes.
for like all the things. And I think, especially to my brothers, I hope that you have like real love for that, because sometimes you look back on those old things that you were, and you think, damn, should I have stopped doing that? I would have probably been having more fun. But that
Mhm.
growth happens for a reason, because I strongly believe there's just a path for everybody, and you choose whether you want to go down it or not. And you've gone down it and you've been successful in your own right. That's great. You are literally you've been all the things that life has put in front of you, and you've always managed to transition into something better for yourself. And if you have good people around you, hopefully they're reminding you and giving you your flowers for that, because that's not easy. That is not
Absolutely.
easy. And you're always going to have those people who are like gravity, try to pull you back down into those old things that are no longer good for you. I had a great conversation with our homeboy Young the other day, and I'm talking about, yo, Young, my birthday's coming up. I'm thinking, well, I want to find a place to do my birthday. And he's like, well, I already know, you ain't trying to do no crazy shit. You know what I mean? Because you are who you are now. And
Mhm.
but that's a testament to the fact of one of my close friends understanding that
Mhm.
I used to be those things. I'm not those things anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, it's beautiful to see.
Life, man, growth, man. It's so important. We all need it. To, what I mean, everybody gets to the next chapter at their speed. So it's just good to experience, though. As you need
Yeah.
it, definitely need it. Yeah, the other. You want to go with this one?
What are you talking about? Oh, yeah. So when the capacity in waiting for your partner to grow is full, what would you do? And when you all watch the conversation, you'll see where we're coming from.
In that sense, if I could put it in the sense of like a cup overflowing, I could hope I could put that cup into a bucket so the water still stays contained. So hopefully when it dries up, I could get it all back in.
Nah,
No,
nah. I'm
on the
talking
count,
about.
down
I'm
count.
talking about. It's
The
full.
tip
There's
is
no.
no more.
Yeah, you have no more room to wait
Got it.
for that growth.
At that point, has to be a rejection kind of window. I can no longer take anymore. I
Mm.
literally have no more space for it. It's not that I didn't try. I hope this was a really big cup for me to get here. You know what I mean?
Mm.
If I only had like, one of these, if I had a shot glass, I'm sorry. I was never ready. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But if I had a
Yeah.
gallon and I get there, I felt I did my part. You know what I mean? So if you get to that point, you might have to just reject whatever that is and kind of move on.
Hmm.
Sadly. Sadly. What's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I agree. I think if you really care about someone and love someone, and this can come from different angles, right? It could be a close friend or it can be a partner. Of course, those two probably have different ways that you deal with them, but I think we do really have to understand that at some point things have gone beyond what we can control or what we can
Mm-hmm.
do. And
Mm-hmm.
it's even, dare I go further and say, you staying may be the reason why they continue not to grow, because you've now become this, uh, for lack of better words, this comfort blanket that they know as long, no matter how much they do not continue to make any real strides, they have you.
Mm.
And you've put them in this comfort zone. You have to remove that comfort zone, but it may require, to your point, removing yourself, which is not an easy decision to make. But at the end of the day, if you really love yourself and you want to see this person grow, that is the probably necessary decision to make.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's not like, if you get to that type of point, grab your favorite toothbrush, you know what I mean, your favorite pair of shoes and hit the door. You might just get to that point like, all right, like therapy might be required. You know what I'm saying? I even think once you get to that level, there are other things you can do before a full blown disconnect would take place. You know what I mean? I know I said once you get to the top of it, not that change is needed, but you can no longer take anymore. So therapy might be the other outlet that's required in order to relieve some of that overflow. You know what I mean? And if that doesn't work, then you might be fucked.
So that's interesting. That's interesting that you have that perspective, because in my perspective, the capacity means that therapy was already there.
Mm,
And you know what I mean? Like, and that's just that might just be me, but capacity for me is we've tried everything. Like there's
okay. Okay.
we I've walked you to where I think you should go. We went to the necessary people and we've
Okay. Okay.
talked about it. You know what I mean? But it's good for you to give your perspective on it too, because that's interesting. That's
Mm-hmm.
very interesting to hear.
Because if it is a lifetime thing, I would hope I have many gallons to fill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I pray I never get to the second one because it's too much. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
So this first one we got to maintain. The first one we
Right.
got to maintain for at all costs if we could.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, I agree with you, man. Great conversation. I know it just came out today. But if you all get a chance, it's about a hour and
Yeah.
change. It doesn't even feel that long if you really are a fan of,
Mm-hmm.
deep reflective conversations. And, you know, Jeezy's the coolest guy I know on the planet. That's a snowman. And Nia
Right.
Long, that's auntie right there. So
It couldn't
you're
have been a
looking at
cooler.
yeah, you're looking at two beautiful black people just having a great conversation about real shit. You can't go wrong. And then, we can always do this again in a live where we're more interactive once more people see it, so we can get y'all opinions on it. But Kenny, I thank you for bringing that here because, I literally, like I told you, I watched it right before we got on, and
Nice.
great discussion.
It was dope. It was super dope, man. Jeezy.
Yeah.
It's like I know like people get older, you know what I'm saying? But when you don't ever see somebody in person and you just see the image that's on TV, the music in your ear,
Yeah.
you always keep that perception of him until they change it because you don't see him again. You know what I'm saying? But he was coming and going so often the last couple of years. Once Recession dropped, and then his last few hours, just like he's just like he's grown Jeezy.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'm not doing what I was doing when Trapper Die was on either. So you gotta. That was
Yeah.
a hell of a growth period.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got. Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick before we go into the other questions or stay on this topic, just a quick shout out to the people still hanging out with us. Tanya, Jeff, I see you. Shay,
Appreciate you.
my man A in the building. SKL, man, appreciate y'all, man. All right,
Appreciate
go
you.
ahead, bro.
My bad. You love your loved ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if there was a tragic emergency somehow, some way that could have been avoided, where if they just knew where you were, could have helped the situation out. That's all hypotheticals, of course. But would you be willing to share your real time, 24/7 like locations in case of emergencies with like siblings or close friends or like even important coworkers? Before you answer, I'm gonna tell you my backstory. All right,
Okay.
I'm at work, regular conversation with one of my coworkers, and now she picks up the phone. She's like, "Where's my brother going?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "She said they like crossed the bridge into Brooklyn. Like you shouldn't be going into Brooklyn this time because da, da, da." I'm like, "You said your brother? Like we're all grown ass adults. Like you know what I'm saying?" I'm like, "How's your brother?" She's like, "Oh no, he's like 42." I'm like, why do you have? I was wild. I just couldn't get it. She was like, why do you have your brothers? Like, why do you share your location? You're like, because this is my brother. In case something happens. I was like, it just I couldn't put the puzzle together in my head. Like, I get it, emergencies happen. You know what I'm saying? But I would never think to even ask that question. Like, yo, can we share locations? Like, yeah, I love you, bro, but I don't want to know where you at. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't. Is that weird?
So definitely, I think unless there's some sort of neurodivergent thing going on, I wouldn't want to know, especially at 40. You know what I mean? Like maybe when I was like ripping and running in the street in my early 20s, late teens, I probably would have been like, "Yo, Kenny, man, you know she living a little." Her area's a little shaky, man. I don't know. These dudes, they look at me every time I park. Like,
like if this pen don't move by 3 a.m., bro, come to the spot.
Oh yeah, I don't care, man. Wake me up, even if I'm sleeping. Like, you good? Like, yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean? But yeah, at this age, there's no reason for me to be anywhere where some crazy shit could happen. And if I, for some stupid reason, decide to do it, that's on me, man. I gotta take that to the grave.
He's like, what happened? I shouldn't have been there. Long story short, I shouldn't. Wrong time, wrong place, wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. When she said it, I was just like, "What are you like? Why?" Just in case. I was like, just in case. I'm like, unless you and your brothers and sisters have a history of getting kidnapped. Like, I don't really see it. Like, why? Like, yeah, they took him 3 times last month. It's like, oh, yeah, you should track him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you should definitely track him all
They took him 3 times last week.
Like, the fact that you keep getting him back, you should definitely track him. Like,
Nah, that's funny. Yeah. That's funny.
As adults, I can't see it.
So I do have a funny story, right? So it's the night before I'm about to leave last week. Mm-hmm. And you know, I'm getting ready to pack all my stuff, and I'm coming into the bedroom to get something. I have my PlayStation 5 controller charging, and then there's something else on the other charger. So I'm looking at this shit, Kenny. I ain't even leave the crib yet, bro. And she's got the vibrator charger.
Oh no!
It wasn't even subtle. It wasn't even subtle. Like like ladies, I don't know when y'all do y'all shit, but that shit was right there next to the controller. I felt like, damn, can I at least leave the house first? Like it didn't make no sense. That shit was right there next to the damn charger. I was like, wow, what's up, nigga? I didn't know how to feel about that. Like all I did was come into the bedroom to get a sock, bro, and she's already preparing for my departure. Like I ain't know how to take that.
Hey man, at least she's keeping it local. Like, you know, you know what I mean? If there's any consolation to it, have a little decency for me to leave the house, man. I'll charge that in the shoebox. Charge that in the shoebox. If I see a wire going into a shoebox, I won't say nothing. I won't even look at it. I'm like, it's there for a reason. It has to be, you know. Yeah. But it don't. Not next to my PlayStation.
And you know why I bring it up? Because I'm pretty sure this thing's been charged before, and I've never seen it actually being charged. So it was like, okay, message received. You know what I mean? But.
You're gone.
Yeah,
you gone, and I got plans.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that's rough. Hey, nah, I'm not even gonna. It's like nah. Niggas like, man, I'm a no comment myself. But hey, that was funny. That was a good one.
Yeah, because I would really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, ladies, are y'all leaving it charging right in front of you, man? Like, that's crazy.
Let us know. Crazy. Yeah, let us know in the chat. Yeah, you charging it like you charging a piece right there, right next to the PlayStation. Like,
right, you know what I'm saying? Got the phone, got the iPhone watch.
Got the man, thank you, man, right there next to you. Like, It's like, yeah, I gotta plug my phone. Can you put this in for me? Like, I'm not touching it. Can you do me a favor? Like, you using the last plug, and I think this is the least important. Can I please get some juice?
Yeah. I wonder if that starts a fight. Like I'm on 20%, but the vibrator's on the charger. So now we're looking at each other like,
gotta wait.
Who
Gotta
wins?
gotta wait till the light go white. It's red right now. You gotta wait. Sorry, buddy. Man, that's cold. Yeah, man. I'm gonna definitely have to get Shay like one of those 12-foot extensions, so she could plug it in and just run it all the way down to the other side of the crib, just so nobody sees us from the inside of this house. Damn, man.
Mm-mm-mm.
Next to the controller too. That's cold. all the outlets in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Question for you: are you a frequent cologne guy?
Yes.
Okay. For a guy's night out, do you still throw on cologne?
Oh yeah.
If asked about it, what's your response?
Like, I like to smell good.
She's like, you going to see the guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
And you want to smell good for the guys? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel weird in this questioning? Like, you know what I'm saying? No. Like, does it throw you off? All right. Okay.
No. Every time I leave the house, man, it's an inquisition. So I'm seasoned. I'm seasoned. I'm
Neo of the departure.
I think it's to the point where now. So I'll ask you this question: then, do you track how many times that you spray the cologne?
No,
because after like 4 or 5, that's where I think the eyebrows are going to probably go up for them. Like, wow,
a lot of squirts, cuz. So that's squirting about, cuz. You're like, nah. I just want to make sure I get the spot on the, you know what I
mean? Yeah. Exactly, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's gotten to the point now where after I get to like 4 or 5, I'm like, oh shit, I'm making it hot. Like
I'm making it hot with the fifth squirt. That fifth squirt do it, right? She's like, wait, is that the expensive bottle? Where you go with that of the expensive bottle? You could have put on the other stuff, but you put that one on with the fifth squirt? Oh no! Yeah, the blocks might get swapped out on the fifth squirt. That's funny.
I'm telling you, son. I'm telling you, like I'm triggered.
That's
you know,
funny.
I'll be there now. Like, pause. Am I squirting too much?
Yeah. Imagine you get to like your third or fourth, and nothing comes out on the third or fourth, but the sound still happens. You're like, oh nah, that wasn't no. Wait! Can I get that one back? I need 3 more because 2, 3, and 4 wasn't real. Like I don't want you to think.
It's like red flag.
He's like, yeah, can we get the tape going on this? Nothing came out. No miss, no nothing.
That last pump is under review.
Word. Last 2 at a minimum. Yeah, check the tape, baby, please. Like, yeah, I'm just trying to smell good.
So I'm sorry, guys. I'm going on a tangent. Fuck it, right? So
we got time.
Have you ever gotten to the point where you got like that little amount of liquid in the corner, and you trying to get the spray bottle to see?
You gotta angle the liquid to where the bottom of the straw is, right? Once you got that, you gotta slightly twist the knob of the direction that you need to spray at. Now that you got those 3 angles lined up, it's go time. You know what I mean? You might get 5, 6 squirts out that bitch if you know what I mean. If you're lucky, like, you know what I mean. I have a little bit left in the reservoir too of the straw. You never know. You gotta, you know what I mean? It works out.
Yeah, especially if it's the expensive stuff.
If it's the good stuff, that shit last. Shit, we hitting all these corners, keeping this in a cool place. I don't want none of this drying up. You know what I mean? Like keep it in the dark. Word, that's a fact.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Like what I've done. Listen, what I've done before is if I get like a good, like there's some colognes like that mesh with certain fabrics really well, so it lasts for like a day or 2. So now if I have that, say I wear that sweater and it's like a light event, right? I'm probably there for like an hour and a half. Really didn't sweat that much, didn't wrinkle it. I'm hanging that bad boy up because if I have another event in the next week or so, you know, what I'm saying, in the next couple of days or so, I should say, and I can wear that sweater again, I ain't got to spray again, bro. I said it.
Like you won't have to respray.
No,
We're talking days later, no?
I'm telling you right. So, case in point, right? I wore a sweater out this past Saturday, and Shay was like taking care of the clothes on like Monday, Tuesday, and it still smelled
Still smell
like the
like okay,
clothes.
okay, okay,
Yeah, you know what I mean.
okay,
So,
okay, okay. I got you. I got you. All right. Because I'm just like I was like, even if I throw it back on, I might just get 1 or 2 squirts. I might not need the full effect, but I'm gonna get a little bit of fresh squirt on me. Pause. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yeah. So you're not gonna take one for the road. Yeah. Jeff called. They got to be strategic with the squirts. You know what I'm saying? Like if I use 5 on Saturday and I don't need it, maybe 1.5 squirts to get the job done on the Tuesday. You never know. You never know. Gotta save it, especially if it's a good stuff.
Man. Mm-hmm.
Oh man. All right. Speaking of throwing away the good stuff, Lori Harvey, man, she moved on once more time. I believe she gave Damson Idris the boots. I think they had their 12-month lease. It's up. The 12-month lease is up. Hey, Snowfall's over, man. Nothing personal. It was a cool promo time when it was coming back. You know what I mean? But hey, the 12 months. Hey, we took a lot of photos, a lot of cool trips. You know, but even when she does go in between the in betweens, I always wonder, like, does Meek still like send like a? He's still shooting a shot in private in between the in betweens. Like, I still got that bar. I mean, shit went platinum. Shit just went platinum on Spotify. You know what I mean? Just saying. But yeah, man. Shouts to Damson, man. Hey, hey, you lost one. Not the first. Might not be the last.
I think it's interesting to see how her relationships are being just followed and tracked like this.
Mm-hmm.
And I see what Tanya said. Somebody said their contract was up.
12 months.
I think this is interesting to see because when George Clooney was doing this, nobody gave a shit. You know what I mean? He's George Clooney, right? And I get it. It's male versus female. Totally get it. But now Lori's doing it, and everybody's like taking over and unders on how long the relationship is gonna last. Like, and I don't mind that. I mean, hey, if you want to make some money off of somebody else's relationships, that's perfectly fine. But it's very interesting to see how this shit just started trending, and it was just like, why is this trending? Like, I'm pretty sure there's a girl on Church of North Street right now that just broke up with her 5th dude, and nobody gives a shit. So it's like media finds somebody and then just makes them the poster child or something, and then it's just like we just gravitate to that shit. It is amazing.
I applaud her. Like, if she could find a way to give out like sell personal life leases to people. Like, yo, you next to me is good for your brand. I'll give you 6 months for 10 million. We go on trips. You know what I mean? I give you some more promo. You know what I'm saying? End of the lease. We'll see if we can renew it or not. See where we're at. If she found a way to advertise that and sell that, oh man, kudos.
I don't know.
Life leasing? Why not?
Yeah. Because of what, and I'm not saying this is what all she is, but what she's known for is these short-term relationships. I'd rather honestly, you have a better chance sitting next to Kim and her building your brand up than next to Lori with what media is putting her out as.
Kim's not selling life leases though. Lori is.
She freeing people though. And she doing big business. So you know what I mean? Like and once again, I totally don't know Lori's business ventures.
Yeah, these are all jokes. These are all jokes.
Yeah, but yeah. I hope that somehow, some way this dies out because I don't know anymore.
no matter who's next, everybody gonna be counting down, and that sucks, man. Especially if you think whoever the guy is, like, oh, she's the one. Like my mama's mama loved her, like she's the one. You know what I'm saying? But everybody just plotting on that day, like, nah, I got 2 more months before this money hit back on this bet I got. Like, damn, you know. So
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. She's like the Floyd Mayweather relationships, like undefeated.
Undefeated.
No matter how good the promo is, no matter how good the fight looks, Floyd's gonna win. So, all right, as we move along, man, Usher, it continues to have such a great career. He was on E News and they asked him about his R&B Mount Rushmore, and of course he put himself up there along with Marvin Gaye, Michael Jackson, Prince, and Whitney Houston. What do you think of that?
You know what hurts? This Mount Rushmore so good, he don't even fit on it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, bro, we get if you didn't want to put yourself up here this one time. Like, anybody else could have gone. You didn't have to put yourself next to these icons. Hey, I like all the decisions. I think Mariah could have made the cut. A lot of octaves there. I felt Mike and Prince. I think you got to choose one. I don't think they both should be up there at the same time. So either lean that way, or you lean the other way. I don't know if you really had them as a tie as far as being on the same pedestal. You know what I mean? Right. Marvin Gaye, easy peasy. Can't really. What's going on? I get it, but it sucks. He's like the odd one in the group. What was your thoughts?
I mean, honestly, I agree. I really don't argue with this. I mean, Mariah, it's like, who would I replace her for? And I can't remove anybody. You know what I mean? Like I always say, if you feel like somebody else should be up there, who do they replace? But I see Shay had a good question. What would my Mount Rushmore be?
Yeah, I'm not gonna like it. But go ahead, sir.
On the spot, for me personally, number one goes up there is Mary J. Blige. For me, R&B, Mary J. Blige is the go-to for me for R&B from when I was a kid. Second, man, I don't know if Sam Cooke falls in R&B. I think he's more soul, but his range and what he did with music, I don't know if you all listen to old music, but Sam Cooke was nice. He was really, really good. He would have to go up there if he falls under R&B. Luther would have to go up there for me. The man just had so many ranges. He was really good. Bringing it into the new age of R&B, I'm gonna have to go Chris Brown. I think if one incident doesn't happen, and I think we all know what I'm talking about, Chris Brown is surpassing MJ. I think that incident put him in a space where the world just wouldn't give him the room or the growth to be that great. Like, he just got labeled after that, and then he embodied the label, and he never shied away from it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I love Chris. Unfortunate situation, but I don't know if that not happening, if he would have been superior to Mike. I think Mike, his global impact was just different. But Chris, he'd have been definitely LeBron to Jordan in that sense. If Mike was Jordan, he definitely would have had the LeBron feature. Like, he's really good. He does everything else. So yeah, but he wasn't Mike. You know what I mean? I think he'll have that factor if that whole thing didn't happen. But my top 5 though for the Mount Rushmore R&B, Mariah. Octaves are stupid. Y'all can hate me. I'm sorry, but R. Kelly is on this Mount Rushmore. Y'all can fuck up his. Once it's up, y'all can spray paint his face over it. Do what you got to do, but he might be up there just off of ability. Um, yeah, Chris Brown, he'd be up there for me. His production is just stupid. The amount that he's able to spit out. There's three. R&B. You said Mary. I'll let her live on your list. I like Faith a lot, but I don't think she had enough to get to the Rushmore. She'd have been 6 though. But I think I might keep Whitney Houston there though. I might keep Whitney Houston. I probably ended up with Mike Jack myself. Yeah, I'll stay with them. All right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but Usher ain't make neither on list, man. That sucks.
Yeah, no, I listen. I definitely think Usher is a great artist. I think what he's done in R&B is really good. So the reason why I stand on thinking Chris would have been big is if you think about when the incident happened. I mean, what was he? A teenager?
I think right after that second album came out, that happened.
Yeah, he had just gotten the double mint commercial, and he would like, if you look at the next couple of years after that incident, you barely heard him played on radio stations. He was barred from award shows. So the global impact that he was starting to even build was already taken away from him. And what he was able to do with rebranding in that villain state to come back from that and still make some of the best music out. I believe so strongly that you remove that incident and he takes on a whole nother image. So but granted, we cannot live in the past, you know what I mean? But I really, really, I would have loved to have seen it.
And I'm not here to point no fingers or nothing, but I do want to just say you did put Chris Brown over Usher on this Mount Rushmore. I'm not here to bring up I'm not just saying. I'm just saying. Your list, not mine. Your list, not mine. I'm just saying. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about out there in the chat. But if you don't, it's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? But
you gotta let that go, man.
How could I? Wait, this is your list. This is your list, brother.
You gotta let that go. Listen, this is like when DJ Booth was DJing for Fab when he battled Jadakiss, right? Sometimes you just gotta
DJ Booth.
Sometimes, and this is no knock to DJ Booth, man. He's a great DJ, but sometimes you got to know what to play and when to play to counteract the other music, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we was on your side. We was waiting.
This is a Chris Brown. This is a Chris Brown house too. This is a Chris Brown house too, Shay. Thank you very much. This is a Chris Brown house too. I just DJ Booth my selections, man.
I think Shay brought up like 3 or 4 different songs that you ain't playing. She was like, "Why he ain't play this? Why he ain't play?" I was like, "I don't know."
Everything was hits, man. Everything was hits, man. You had too many, yo. Yeah. I wish I was recorded. I would love to see my track list.
Yeah.
I forgot what app that was on. I'll see if I still got it saved somewhere.
House Party.
I think I still got the app. I don't know if it's saved shit, but I'm gonna check it later.
All right, my brother. Any last thoughts before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Enjoy your Wednesday. Happy you're back, brother. And yeah, man. Shit, it's middle of November already. I got you,
man. Yeah, man. So yes, we are back, man. Every Wednesday. Hopefully, no more random trips. Keep this thing going. Yeah, it looks like we probably got one more decent weather day, and then winter is like coming with full of vengeance next week.
Yeah. Something like that.
So it's the perfect time for y'all to get your Freedom Cage Podcast hoodie. I think it's about that time. You know what I mean? Just
put some of the colors up. Put some of the colors up.
yeah, you know. So click the link in the bio after this. Appreciate y'all for always tuning in with us, man.
Facts.
Yo, have a good night, man. We see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
All right.